I mean, I'm definitely blessed enough to have a great relationship with my mom and my aunties where I can speak to them and be free. Obviously, still that element of respect, but it definitely is something that I see people aren't able to speak to their parents. And I feel as though a lot of young girls would like to, of course, like your mother, your auntie, because those are the figures in your life that are important to you. But yes.
And sometimes it's like it impacts on their mental well-being as well. Have you seen that with friends or with people? Yeah.
I have. And it's how you have to look at it is you love someone so much, they're important to you, they've played such an amazing role, but you can't speak to them. I think that would be disheartening for anybody. So
Hello, welcome back to Me with Margaret Taribo. Me stands for Motivate, Educate and Engage, and it's a platform where we look at topics that impact on us as a community in terms of our well-being, whether it's physical, emotional or mental. This is a month of, women. We're celebrating us in different capacities. And today I have with me a wonderful woman, young person, and it's good to hear their perspective of things as we celebrate International Women's Day, as we celebrate Mother's Day. And don't forget, the topic is Inspire to Include. So we're going to listen to the lovely Alexis at this point in time. So Alexis, you're welcome. How are you?
thank you so much for having me. I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good. So Alexis, this is a month for us that celebrates women and young women. How does that make you feel?
It actually makes me happy because sometimes I do feel as though women aren't always appreciated. But to have a month dedicated to us, it feels good. Everything that we've done, whether older women, younger women, it feels good.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go back to the beginning. Tell us about yourself. Who are you? And what have been your dreams and aspirations as a young girl and a woman?
Okay, so my name is Alexis. I'm 22 years old, and I'd say my dreams and aspirations, definitely I'm a creative individual, so I've always loved acting, drawing, writing poetry. It's just been a little thing of mine, dancing as well. And when I was younger, I think my goal was always to get into acting and always just do something creative. But the love of family, friends and people, that's always been something that I've aspired to get into as well. So.
And so your dreams, have they been realized now, or you're still on that pathway of those dreams and aspirations as a young girl? So I would like to know the difference between as a young girl and where you are now. What have been the challenges in between?
So I would definitely say a lot of the things I wanted to do when I was younger, I've been able to accomplish, such as working for a charity and going to a country like Malawi and helping young girls build a toilet block. So I've always wanted to help people, even like helping the homeless, been able to achieve those things along the way. In terms of acting, I've done a short film and I've worked on sets as well. So that has been really good. So I definitely feel as though I'm ticking the boxes, but still on a journey of growth and understanding what I want to get into.
Okay. I'm going to take you back to that point about working with young girls in Malawi. And how's that experience been for you? Where did you get that passion from?
Yeah, I've just always loved helping people. I can't really tell you where it's come from, but I just love helping people. I love seeing smiles on other people's faces. And when I made that decision to work with a charity and go to Malawi, I was about 15, 16. So young, made that decision myself. I was in school. I wrote out a letter saying like, I really want to get involved. So even that, being a young teenager, making that choice as well, and it wasn't like I was influenced. It's just always been in me. So
and how was that process like? From family, from friends, and then being there for how long? How were you there? How long were you there for?
Maybe over a week. A week, 2 weeks.
And tell us a bit more about that.
So the process was you had to basically write about yourself, why you feel as though you should go, and I wrote a whole paragraph explaining why, and just the fact that I'm really interested because I saw a year group do it previously, and I said, okay, I need to get involved. And knowing the amount of girls in my school that applied, I kind of felt as though, will I get it? I'm not too sure. But my teacher definitely said, go for it. You don't know what's going to happen. So it kind of made me feel, yeah, I might get this. And then I did. And then the process of fundraising, it was long, but it was really enjoyable. Like the school, family, friends coming together, supporting. I felt like I got a lot of support from family and friends. I was excited about the whole process.
And then
Quickly.
And then being in Malawi, how was that? Because you were here, then you had to go there. How was that like?
Malawi, wow, it was beautiful. If I could go back again, I would, with the same people that I experienced. It was life-changing, honestly. The culture difference, I never thought I'd go to Malawi, mostly just Nigeria on my home. So going to Malawi was amazing.
And with the girls, what did you do with them?
So obviously there was a language barrier, but besides that, we were having fun, dancing. They would try and teach us their language as well. It was really beautiful, like all different age groups. It was so lovely, even the adults as well. They loved us as though we were their families.
Oh, that's good. So you felt inspired and you felt that part of, because like we said, the theme for this month is inspired to include. And did you feel that was part of that process for you?
Definitely. First of all, I felt included. I didn't feel as though just because I had come from London and I was in a whole new country, I was made to feel like an outsider. I felt included. I felt as though I was part of a bigger family. And then, it just felt really, really good. I always take that with me.
Oh, that's nice. I'm so happy to hear that, you felt the support, you felt included, you've been inspired. Was there any time in your growing up, in your young age, that you felt excluded from any process?
There have been a few occasions where I felt like I might not get an opportunity based off of one, being young, being Black. I feel as though a lot of people might have had those thoughts growing up, but I definitely did. And I felt as though it'd be a barrier for any industry I'm trying to get into, especially hearing other people's experiences. So it was a bit of a doubting factor. But
Would you like to say a bit more, especially because you said being young, being Black, being a young woman? So could you give us some examples about how you felt and where the doubts came from? Did you see other people succeed, or did you see them fail, or do you see them exclude, and that impacted on you?
Yeah, so seeing different industries and seeing the people that are like the pivotal point of success, I wasn't seeing, first of all, a lot of women, and then on top of that, Black women. So that's something that you see and you come to terms with, like, okay, maybe those sort of industries aren't for me, and you have to look for something that is suitable to you, that will make you feel comfortable as well, and not go into that sort of industry where you feel as though, okay, everyone's looking at me, the world's on my shoulders, I have to be the support, not just for myself, but every other individual as well who wants to get involved in what you do as well. And yeah, I definitely saw a lot of that. And then even today, I do hear like a lot of women who you would say, yeah, they've become successful, they still talk about their struggles. So as much as I see actresses like, let's say, Viola Davis, Taraji P. Henson, those are my favorite actresses, and they will tell you it's not an easy journey. So to me, it's still like, you've done well in my eyes, but you're still going through the same thing that I think is a struggle for me today.
So based on that, do you think, yes, there is a challenge, there are struggles, there are trials, it hasn't deterred you in any way? Has it built you up to say, you know what, I'm going for this regardless, so make sure that
I fit in or to be who I need to be?
Yeah, I've definitely gotten to the point where I don't use that as a way to deter me on my journey. I usually just go into a situation just ready. Like, I'm hungry, I'm ready to strive. It doesn't ever make me feel as though I can't do what I want to do. And I don't want it to ever be a situation where I allow those thoughts and things that I've seen to demotivate me.
Fantastic. And so looking at the world we live in today, What do you have to say? What are the barriers, or what do you think we could do to challenge or to make sure that there are more girls that feel included, or more women, more parents? Because, you know, the way the world is now, we still struggle with a lot all over the world where young girls still can't go to school, young girls can't still do what they were, or even in the workplace where the pay scale is still a bit different. What's your take on that?
I would definitely say, especially with young women and older women, there needs to be more events where we can actually speak to each other and learn wisdom, not just young people always being spoken at. And I feel like it would be really good for us to all come together, hear what
We're doing that.
So we need more of this, and people just to come together, speak, and just gain wisdom and understanding, just posing every question you have to someone, and just coming together really.
You made a very interesting point about not just looking at young girls being spoken at, but spoken with. How do you think, because especially somebody from the African, you know, we have our heritage from Africa, from the Caribbean, and do you still think there's still a struggle there? What?
Definitely.
Tell us the truth.
I'd be lying if I said there isn't. I mean, I'm definitely blessed enough to have a great relationship with my mom and my aunties where I can speak to them and be free. Obviously, still that element of respect, but it definitely is something that I see people aren't able to speak to their parents. And I feel as though a lot of young girls would like to, of course, like your mother, your auntie, because those are the figures in your life that are important to you. But yes.
And sometimes it's like it impacts on their mental well-being as well. Have you seen that with friends or with people? Yeah.
And it's how you have to look at it is you love someone so much, they're important to you, they've played such an amazing role, but you can't speak to them. I think that would be disheartening for anybody. So even in situations like events, and you can speak to people that are your parents' age, give them insight as to, okay, maybe my daughter feels the same way, I think it'd be very good.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to tell somebody young like you or younger or in your position out there? What do you want to tell them in this month?
I would definitely say to every young female, keep going, keep striving. The journey is not over. Please, 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 if there's anything I can ask you, just don't give up and build a community around you, family and friends. Just keep going.
Thank you so much, Alexis. So we've heard it. This is Alexis talking, one of our young people. But, you know, it's not just about her. It's about every young woman, young girl out there who is striving to be what they need to be. And like I said, watch this space as we look forward to listening to another guest from another perspective, as a mom, as a woman, as a community leader in the community. Thank you for watching Me with Margaret. See you next time.